Good morning and welcome back in the Hotel Management lecture videos. This is Dushyant Singh, Assistant Professor BBDU. And you are watching 10th lecture of Food Production, Semester 3rd. Subject code is BHM 2301. The topic is Fats and Oils.
Good morning class. Today's topic is fats and oils. Fats and oils are triglycerides with varying degree of saturated and unsaturated fatty acids. Fats, generally solid at room temperature and high in saturated fatty acids. Oils are generally liquid at room temperature and low in saturated fatty acids. The main difference between fats and oils are fats remain solid at room temperature while oils remain liquid at room temperature. Fats are relatively more saturated, oils are relatively unsaturated. Fats are relatively higher melting point, oils have low melting points. Fats are more stable while the oils are less stable. The basic use of fats and oils in cookery is to add richness and flavor to food and as a cooking medium to fry or cook food. They improve the texture of various preparations such as cakes, pastries and biscuits. Fats and oils are found in plant, animal and marine foods. They are organic compounds composed of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Collectively, fats are known as lipids. Unmixable in water but soluble in organic solvents like ether, chloroform, benzene and acetone. Unlike carbohydrates, fat contains small proportion of oxygen and large proportion of hydrogen and fat provides more energy per gram than carbohydrates and protein, that is near about double of carbohydrate and protein. On the basis of origin, lipids are classified in three types: animal fats, marine oils, and vegetable oils, while the vegetable oils are classified into fats and oils. Animal fats are those fats which are obtained from animals like butter, lard, tallow, sweat. Marine oils are obtained from seafoods, mostly from fishes. The examples are cod liver oils, shark liver oils, halibut oil, and whale oil. Vegetable oils are obtained from vegetable sources. Examples of vegetable fats are cocoa butter, coconut oil, vanaspati ghee, palm oil or palmolene, while the example of vegetable oils are groundnut oil, sesame oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, rice bran oil, corn oil, mustard oil, cottonseed oil, olive oil, and etc. On the basis of degree of saturation, lipids or fats and oils are classified into two parts, that is saturated and unsaturated, while the unsaturated are classified into two forms, monounsaturated or polyunsaturated. Saturated fats are those which have no double bond, while the unsaturated fats are which have at least one double bond or more double bond. The monounsaturated fats have one double bonds, while the polyunsaturated fats have at least two or more double bonds. Rancidity in fats and oil. Rancidity is the development of any undesirable odor and flavor in fats and oil causing spoilage. Observed when fats and oil are stored for some time. Rancidity develops in fats and oil and the fatty phase of foods such as pickles, fried snacks, cakes, cheese and salad dressings. Different fats and oils shows varying degree of resistance to spoilage. Vegetable oils deteriorate slow while the animal fats deteriorates fast. Marine oils having high proportion of unsaturated fatty acids deteriorates most rapidly. The rancidity is of two types, hydrolytic and oxidative. Hydrolytic rancidity is brought about by hydrolysis of triglyceride molecule to glycerol and free fatty acids by the presence of moisture in oil. The rate of hydrolysis is hastened by the presence of enzyme, example lipase present in oil which have not been subjected to heat treatment. Microorganisms such as molds, yeast and bacteria present in oils or contaminants during processing. The oxidative rancidity or autooxidation is the spontaneous uptake of oxygen by the unsaturated oils exposed to air is known as oxidative rancidity. It is the most common and important type of rancidity which results in the production of rancid or tallow flavors. Moisture and impurities do not have any effect on oxidative rancidity. It is a chain reaction. Once it begins, it is continuous process. Occurs in two stages. The first stage, induction period, fat and oil takes up oxygen from the air. Oxygen from the air requires a free radical to combine with the fat. Heat, light and traces of metal help to form free radicals. Free radical is formed to the carbon by removal of one hydrogen molecule adjacent to the carbon involved in the double bond. The free radical combines with oxygen forming a peroxide. The new free radical combines with another hydrogen atom of another fatty acid to form hydroperoxide and a new free radical. This new free radical again takes up two oxygen atoms. The chain reaction continues till all unsaturated fatty acids are used up or all oxygen gets exhausted. The second stage, the peroxide and hydroperoxide form rapidly break down into aldehyde and alcohols. Breakdown contributes to the undesirable flavor and odor in rancid fat. The reversion in fats and oils. Many fats undergo a change in flavor before turning rancid. This change in flavor is very different from rancid flavor and is called reversion. In rancidity, the change in flavor is same for all fats. In reversion, the flavor may be buttery, beany, grassy, painty and fishy. The reversion is seen in fish oil, linseed and soybean oil. For reversion, very small amount of oxygen is required as compared to oxidative rancidity. There is a basic difference between rancidity and reversion. Rancidity may be hydrolytic or oxidative, leading to typical flavor change of rancid oil. Reversion, the flavor changes develops before onset of rancidity with very little oxidation. Rancidity, all oils can turn rancid, example maize, groundnut oil, sesame oil, sunflower oil and mustard oil. Reversion, only some oil reverts, example soybean oil, fish oil, linseed oil, that is oils with high proportion of unsaturated fatty acids. Rancidity, changes in flavor is typical and same for fats and oils. In reversion, flavor developed may be buttery, beany, grassy, painty and fishy depending on the oil which reverts. Factors leading to rancidity and reversion. The temperature, high storage temperature accelerate the development of odor and flavor in fats and oils. Moisture, presence of moisture in butter and oil bring about hydrolytic rancidity. Clarified butter or pure ghee does not turn rancid because the moisture is removed by heat. Air, the amount of air in contact with the fat or oil is an important factor in determining its shelf life. Autooxidation occurs in the presence of oxygen and reversion occurs with very less amount of oxygen. Potato chips and salted nut turn rancid at at a faster rate due to their large surface area. Light. Light accelerates both reversion and the rancidity. Metals. The presence of metal in traces accelerates the development of both reversion and rancidity as they are active pro-oxidant. Metal contamination can occur from equipment used for extraction and refining of oils. The degree of unsaturation. This is an important criterion for oxidative rancidity and reversion. Oils containing high proportion of unsaturated fatty acids and shortening made from such oils show flavor reversion. Absence of antioxidant. The natural presence of antioxidant or addition to oil prevents rancidity. Antioxidant takes up oxygen and get oxidized, thereby preventing rancidity. The prevention of rancidity. Store fat at low temperature in a cool, dark place. Use airtight container with minimum head space. Keep away from strong smelly foods. Use steel and aluminum container for storage. Copper and iron containers accelerate rancidity. Avoid undue exposure to light and air. Addition of antioxidant delay the rancidity. Natural antioxidants present in oil are vitamin E and lecithin. Synthetic antioxidant. First, BHT, butylated hydroxyl toluene. BHA, butylated hydroxyl anisole. TBH, tertiary butyl hydroquinone. EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. If fats and oil are stored for longer period of time, they should be hydrogenated. It increases their shelf life and prevents rancidity. The care of fats and oil. Fats and oil are used in many preparations and as a method of cooking food. If care is not taken while heating and storing fats, it may result in wastage of food as well as fat used by preparing it. Do not overheat fat as they decompose at high temperature. Follow a time and temperature chart for frying food. Cover fat when left in the deep fryer and ensure that the temperature does not exceed 90 to 95 degrees Celsius. Strain fat after use and used fat should be stored in closed containers in the refrigerator. When fat has to be reused for frying, replace with equal quantity of fresh fat. Do not use fat with a low smoke point for frying. To prevent fat from going rancid, it should be stored in an airtight container away from light. Fat should be stored in tall containers to keep minimum surface area exposed. Copper or rusted containers should not be used for storing fats. Extraction of fats and oil. There are three methods of extraction of fats and oil from animal or vegetable tissues: rendering, pressing, and solvent extraction. Rendering. This method is mainly used for extracting animal fat from fatty tissues. The tissue from which fat is to be extracted is carefully removed from the carcass and chopped or minced. Rendering is of two types: wet rendering and dry rendering. Wet rendering. It is carried out in the presence of water. The chopped tissue is treated with very hot water or steam. Fat melts and forms a layer on top, which is skimmed off. Fat obtained by this method has a bland flavor and complete extraction is not obtained. Oxidants are added to prevent rancidity. Dry rendering. The chopped tissues are heated without addition of water. Lipids escape from the cells and melted fat is removed by draining and squeezing the fat out of the residue. Pressing. In this method, oil is extracted by the application of high pressure to oilseed or fruits rich in oil. The oil obtained is filtered to remove any unwanted matter. Oil obtained from the first pressing is called virgin oil and is particularly bland in taste. In hot pressing, the oil-bearing tissue is rolled, crushed or ground into flakes and then heated by steam to 70 degrees Celsius. The hot tissues are pressed to extract oil. Along with oil, gum and free fatty acid are also extracted. The solvent extraction. The crushed or flake tissue is mixed along with the solvent to extract oil. This method is used to extract the fat remaining in the seed cake after pressing. The solvent is separated from the mixture by evaporation. Refining of oil. The oil extracted by rendering, pressing or solvent extraction is called crude oil. It may contain undesirable constituents such as gums, free fatty acids, etc. Crude oil needs several types of treatment to extend its shelf life and make it suitable and pure for use. Steps in refining oils are as follows. First, settling. The crushed oil parts is allowed to settle down and is removed by filtration. Second, degumming and neutralization. The gum and free fatty acids are removed by steam distillation. Third, bleaching. This step removes undesirable coloring and flavoring contaminants. Oil is filtered through activated charcoal till it becomes light in color. 4. Steam deodorization. The steam is injected into the hot oil under pressure to get rid of unwanted odor and then it is cooled rapidly. Winterization of oil. After steam deodorization, oils are cooled rapidly without strain. Obtained is said to be filterable crystals are formed. Oil. These crystals are made of heavy triglyceride with high melting to be used in food which requires refrigeration. Example: salad dressing and mayonnaise, which can be poured even when chilled. Olive oil is not winterized or deodorized as flavor is lost. Hydrogenation of oil. Liquid oils can be converted to solid fats by the process known as hydrogenation. In this process, there is an addition of hydrogen to unsaturated fat, thus converted oils into solid fats. Hydrogenation takes place in a reactor where hydrogen gas is bubbled through the liquid in the presence of nickel as a catalyst. In this process, some of the double bonds between carbon atom of the fatty acid portion of the triglyceride molecule are broken and hydrogen is added. This chemical change makes the fatty acid more saturated. The melting points of the fat are thereby increased. Hydrogenation increases the stability of oils and prevents it from spoilage due to oxidation, which results in rancidity. Hydrogenation is utilized in the manufacture of a wide variety of fats such as vanaspati and margarine. Sometimes additives such as antioxidant, vitamin A, D are added to the fat. Air may be whipped in to impart a snow white color. Palm oil, palmolene, rice bran, cottonseed, sunflower, maize, soybean, groundnut, and sesame oil are generally hydrogenated. Popular fats and oils. Oils from different oil seeds are available refined or unrefined as a single type of oil or as a blend of two or more oils. Butter available as salted and unsalted. Spreads emulsion of oil and water available in various flavors. They are blend of hydrogenated oil, water, milk solid, flavoring and coloring. They are easy to spread as compared to butter and margarine. They provide less calorie as the air and water content is more. Vanaspati. It is prepared by hydrogenation of vegetable oil. Margarine. a substitute for butter which is fortified with vitamin A and D. Sweat. Fat around the kidney region of animals are known as sweat. Drippings. It is obtained from roasting meat and used for shallow frying. Olive oil. It is used for salad dressing and obtained from fresh olive. Fresh cream. It is obtained by skimming whole milk. Synthetic cream is also available, which is prepared from vegetable oil, water, sugar, soy protein, and flavor are added. The use of fats and oils. Fats and oils are used in the food industry because of their ability to increase tenderness and make the product soft. Fry or cook food. Crispness of biscuit. Puff pastry. Soft and tender cake with high volume. Get creamed and form foam. Impart flavor, color, and aroma to food. Softer bread.